double killer, bringing flavor to you. Deliver heat each week like it was catered to you. If it's real, best believe we gon' relay it to you. If it ain't the truth, I guarantee we ain't gon' say it to you. We use mics like girls use dildos. We gon' keep it coming till it's pouring out your ear holes. Orgasms, yeah, we been giving them. Them trash cans you listen to, get rid of them. Yeah, cause they don't sound like us. And if they do, then they don't break it down like us. They don't clown like us, get around like us. We from the city, but they don't go to town like us. The flavor we've been kicking is what you've been missing. Although it's free, we gon' make you pay attention. And there's one more thing that we forgot to mention. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and then listen. Bootleg Cable Podcast, flavor in your ear. Bootleg Cable Podcast. We back for another week. Bootleg Cable Podcast. I go by the name of P Double. This is episode number 67.
For this week and this week alone, my name is Cal.
I fucked with that.
Yeah.
I got you, man. How was your week, bro?
Hell, well, we know. I mean, to be honest with you, it was a dark week this week.
Yeah.
It definitely was, man.
Black and mild moment.
Yeah. Oh, man, more than that, man. Newport Pack.
Damn. Newport Pack moment, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah. So for
you're not in the mic too good, bro. Get up.
I'm not. Okay, my bad. Yeah, man. For those that don't know, the tragic situation that happened this past Wednesday.
Yeah, Valentine's
Day.
Mm-hmm.
That took place within 5 miles of our proximity here, where what I'm saying.
Pretty much.
I reside where you reside, where we grew up, where we went to school.
Yep.
And I mean, we're pretty much all affiliated with Stoneman Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see such a tragedy happen this close to home, it hits a little different. Yeah, I gotta say. So definitely, my condolences to all the families affected, to all the lives that were affected by this tragic situation.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely, man. I send my condolences out to anybody that lost a friend, a daughter, a brother, a sister in the tragedy. Man, it sucks. It definitely is. It's not something. We joke about different things every day or every week on the podcast, man. It's definitely not something that we want to see happen. And I'm not just saying that just because it's close to home or whatever, but it's definitely something that we don't want to see happen ever.
Yeah.
One of the people that died, Mr. Hickson, was actually, I believe he was like an athletic trainer, or he had something to do with athletics when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
So he actually used to work at my high school.
Oh, wow.
When I was in high school.
Wow.
So not to say that I knew him like that or whatever, but when we talk about stuff hitting close to home, you know,
right.
It was somebody that I've crossed paths with and stuff like that. So,
I mean, like just recently, maybe about 2 weeks ago, the feeling, the vibe came over me, and I didn't know how to feel about myself for feeling that way. But I just felt like it was shoot 'em up season, man. I felt like it was something like this was coming.
Did we say that on the podcast, or did we?
I said it to you. I only said it to people that I really was close with, because I really want nobody judging me for feeling that way. You know what I mean? But I felt like, a mass shooting is about to occur. You know what I mean?
But
to see that it happening this close to home, it's very scary, man. I have to say.
Ain't it crazy though that living in this country like that, where you can notice that, you could feel that, where it's just like, man, hasn't been a mass shooting in a while,
right?
It's about time.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying.
So I've been asking different people questions, just to get the best response I can, so that I could convey the message to my kids. Yeah, and I feel like you have to talk to your kids at this point, to maybe give them some kind of assurance, or just feel that, check their temperature, see what's going on with them. Definitely. And what you just said is just pretty much, and even speaking to you about this, it's pretty much the sentiments of everyone. It's like, it feels like these are the times. The times have changed. We went to school and we didn't have to worry about these things. And it seems like now our kids, even if as you speak to them, it's feeling like it's cynical to say, but it feels like it's the norm. It is, for them. And it's a part of what their world is now.
And not to go to comedy about it, but it's kind of like what Dave Chappelle said about the Challenger exploding. You're just like, yo, it just seems like that happens every single day now.
Yeah.
Especially with the advent of social media, because when we was younger, news used to travel and stuff like that, and you were able to know what's going on or whatever. But a lot of the times it had to be big. But now with social media, with video at the tip of your fingers, it's like a Challenger. It's like Columbine every day. It's like Douglas every single day. Like you know what I'm saying? You can go on any fucked up website and see motherfuckers doing crazy shit, and it's like you said, you get numb to it. And the crazy thing about it is that I was talking to my daughter about it, and kind of like you said, checking the temperature to see how she felt. And we was talking about it, and she was just kind of like, well, they're dead now anyway. So, what, you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like, what can we do now? They're dead.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's the hardest thing for me as a parent, or just as a human being in general, because, I feel a little differently. You know what I mean? I feel, and to see my kids, you know what I'm saying, that are a little colder than I am, in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you want your kids to be able to see and feel all the happiness that you were able to feel, touch, and experience, and for them to be somewhat, just numb now. Like, yo, all right, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, dude,
it's like
a video game now, man. Right, it's like life is like a freaking video game, bro.
It's like a sport. This issue, these shootings and stuff. Like, they keep posting up stats.
And it's like one trying to top the other one.
Yes, man.
This is the most since. This is the most casualties since.
Yeah, the killer that did this, he said, I wanted to be a school shooter.
Yeah. On
different social media platforms.
Yeah.
And that's something that he aspired for.
And that's crazy, bro.
How is that something nowadays that? So what I'm basically saying is, man, maybe we're gonna have to start changing our way of thinking about all this stuff.
And when you say change, like how would as far as how we react to it, or what do we have to change our way of thinking about?
What I mean is, changing our way of thinking is this. What I mean is, this is now the norm. We have to accept that.
Oh yeah. We
can't feel like everywhere we go, we're safe anymore. You know what I mean? You have to take that extra precaution wherever you are. It's not like you know you're in an unsafe neighborhood. And the world is now America is the unsafe neighborhood.
And the crazy thing about what you were saying now is that Parkland is considered one of the safest neighborhoods in the United States.
Ironically, and that recently came out.
Yeah.
Parkland recently came out as the #1 safest place in America to live. And like I said, we here at Bootleg Cable Podcast, we live in close proximity to Parkland.
Yeah.
And as a black man driving through Parkland, let me tell you.
You want to live there.
You want to live there, but let me tell you, it's safe because them police officers will pull you over in a split second.
Well, that too, but it's a nice place to live.
It's a nice place to live. It definitely is a nice place to live. Everything, it seems, is very well to do. Lawns are kept outstanding.
Ain't no weeds in Parkland.
Ain't no weeds in Parkland. I'm talking about even at the park, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
The parks are so clean.
You think twice. You be like, man, you go to Lauderdale Lakes. You playing ball, you drink a Gatorade, you throw that shit in the lawn.
Nah.
You go to Parkland, you be like, man, let me go ahead and pick this up.
Let me go ahead and put this right there in the trash. Yeah. I'm talking about there's the net ain't coming off the basketball rim. You know what I mean? It ain't a double rim. It's, you know what I'm saying, the backboard is clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like you could roll your ball and still be there when you done playing your game. Like, yo, that's Parkland.
You leaving he's like, yo, you left your ball.
You left your ball. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen. And
but Parkland is a nice place.
It is, and
it sucks. It sucks to see something like this happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Parkland's one of them places where you drive through and you say you tell your spouse or wherever you with, one day, baby, one day.
You see that
we gonna
$10 million house right there.
One day we gonna live here, baby. We gonna drive in that long driveway up to that big old house there.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
But yeah, not to joke, man. But just
to show y'all, Parkland is
just
a nice
to give
place,
you,
man.
just to give you guys a view of where it is and where this took place. You're not safe nowhere anymore.
All right, so I mean, hold that thought for a second. But so let's talk about the shooter for a second.
The killer. Let's call
the terrorist.
No, I ain't calling him a terrorist. Man.
Why not?
It's a killer. It's a killer, man.
He's not a terrorist.
Terrorist.
What is a terrorist?
I hear you. You know, but I for me, I feel like a terrorist is a group of people that's conspiring to.
Nah, son.
You feel like terrorist is more so
a terrorist. It could be one person. This is an act of terror. It's what it is. It's an act of terror. Like, yeah, he's a killer. He's a murderer. He's a sicko. He's a
Nah, we ain't calling him sicko. We ain't calling him psycho. I ain't calling him mentally ill.
Okay, we can get to that too.
I don't want to call him that.
We can get to that too.
Yeah,
but he's definitely a terrorist, bro.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
And I always wonder why. I guess when the United States thinks about terrorists, right, we think about the reason behind it. So let's just say if before he did this, he shot out, death to America or freaking Allahu Akbar or some shit like that, then he would be considered a terrorist.
Yeah.
But this is an act of domestic terrorism, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, and I agree. You know what I mean? And I guess in the wording, what I'm saying, to a letter, I guess it would be terrorism. However, I think this person took this more personal.
Okay.
Than say he wanted to shock the world. I think he wanted to have the personal gratification from this.
All right, so he got suspended. He was a former attendee of the school, Stoneman Douglas High School, and he was expelled.
Yeah,
I didn't go into what he was expelled for, but he got expelled from the school.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So how long ago did he get expelled? Do you know? Did you kind of look that far into it?
I didn't look that far into it, so I don't.
All right, so
you're here for the opinions, not the facts. So
there you go. So we're gonna drop as much facts as we can, but you here for the opinions.
Right.
So he got expelled from the school. That's a fact. We know that.
Right.
Let's just say it was a couple months. Had to be at least a couple months, right? So now
they use the word recent. That much I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward to that day. He pull up to the school in an Uber.
Yeah.
Took an Uber to the school. Let me not make this joke.
Yeah.
He pull up to the school in the Uber, and he had the rifle in a bag. They call it a soft case.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know what a soft case is, it's just a long case that holds your rifle. It don't have to be fully assembled or whatever the case is, but it's a soft case that holds your rifle, and soft case. Waited until either the school got out or somebody pulled a fire alarm or whatever the case is, but it was right around the time that school was getting out.
Right.
So at that point, he was dressed in the high school T-shirt. He had a high school T-shirt on, so he looked just like a student of the school.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a situation where he was just walking out on campus and somebody was like, "Oh, that's such and such that got expelled, and he's here. What is he doing here?"
Right.
School bell rings, fire alarms get pulled, shots go off. So he shoot his way into the school, from what I understand.
So he hit the fire alarm to have the kids run out.
Not necessarily to have the kids run out, but I guess
because they were doing fire drills.
Yeah.
As of recent, so that as doing a fire drill, they were coming out.
Yeah. So they were just kind of like, yo, at this time of the day, I think it was like 30 minutes before the school let out or something like, why are we having a fire drill? I think that's a couple of the students said that or whatever. But he pretty much,
as a matter of fact, they interviewed several kids there, and they said that school has done prep for shooter on campus quite often.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, go ahead, though.
So he pretty much ends up shooting his way into the school. Mm-hmm. One of the first people that got shot, I forgot the guy's name. I apologize for getting his name.
It was like a security guard?
Something like that. Husky guy. He definitely saved a couple of lives. Condolences go out to him and his family. You know, from what the students say, this dude seemed to be a hero. Yeah. And I apologize for not knowing his name. But, you know, this dude shot his way into the school. Mm-hmm. And 17 people, as of this point, have lost their lives. Mm-hmm. And I think it was another 14 or something that was in the hospital. Yeah. So definitely over 30 people
were affected by this.
Well, you know, definitely in some way. Yeah. So you watch the news, and the news give you a description of the shooters, and they usually do this. They did it in Sandy Hook. They did it with the dude that shut up the movie theater. They did it with Dylan Roof and da-da-da. And they always lone gunman, loner, depressed, issues in his past and whatever. And it seems like they try to find sympathy for the shooter and why he did what he did. How do we feel about that specifically?
I mean, I can't speak to what they feel, or I don't know.
Not what they feel, but how they put the information across. Oh, his mom died from the flu recently. He was a disturbed child. You know, the cops was called to his house at over 30 times over the last year. This, that, and the third. Blah 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 blah. Like they make it. When and it seems seems like whenever it's a white shooter,
criminal. They sympathize. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It doesn't come off as a criminal. Yeah. It comes off more like somebody that has a disturbed past.
Yeah, like
you could identify with why he would be doing these things.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. How do we feel about that?
I mean, that's something along the lines of the questions I wanted to ask you as well. You know, well, isn't this this is a type of manifestation of white privilege in a sense? I feel
definitely, and I mean, when we say white privilege, we got to use that a little loosely because his name is Cruz, so we assume that he's Hispanic.
Yeah, but we know.
But
we know
a lot of y'all Spanish niggas be thinking y'all white. Yeah, but it's all good
for real.
So, yeah.
So it goes back to that white privilege. You know, like I feel like this is a manifestation of that. You know, that they don't treat their criminals like criminals. They treat them like the mentally ill. Or disturbed people, you know, but where black people have to continuously carry the label of what Hillary Clinton or the Clintons described us as
super predators.
You know, those are the labels that we carry: thugs, hooligans, you know, gangster.
But dudes that do this, they mentally ill. There was cries for help.
Yeah,
this, that, and the third.
There was cries for help. Yeah, right.
So he commented on a YouTube page. He dropped a comment on there talking about, you know, something about shooting up a school or whatever. He the owner of that YouTube page reported a comment to the FBI. Also, there were other reports to the FBI that talked about his intentions and I guess comments on other sites and behaviors and this, that, and the third. And the FBI, according to Channel 7 News, and these are the facts that we've gathered. According to Channel 7 News, they came out and acknowledged that, yes, this dude was on our radar. We were aware of X, Y, and Z. Yeah. But they couldn't, I guess, you know, they didn't have the capacity to do whatever was needed. So let's just say, all right, the FBI was aware that this dude made threats. What can the FBI do at that point?
That's where it's kind of touchy because you know, and that's the question I see that you know, the news channels and everybody that has an opinion about it, they can't really answer it because at the same time, you don't want to violate people's rights. You know what I mean? You don't want to put an innocent person in a bad predicament. You don't want, You don't want to turn somebody who's on the edge into a terrorist.
But not even that though. Like sometimes we all get pissed off at certain shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get pissed off. Mm-hmm. Not saying that you ever said this or we've ever said this, but you at work or whatever, you get, man, I think I'll blow this motherfucker up. Am I really gonna blow this motherfucker up?
Nah, but if you say it a couple times, then I might believe you.
Okay, I feel you. But like a lot of the times we can't really go off of what people say and assume that yes, they're gonna carry this shit out.
Right.
A lot of the norm is to be like, yo, this nigga wildin', yo, man. Like, yo,
yeah,
Kel wildin' right now.
Yeah. So that goes to how does what does the FBI do? Do they apprehend this person? I mean, I feel like if they have certain weapons, then yeah. I want to talk to you.
I feel like yes. I feel like a conversation is definitely in order.
Yeah.
I feel like a house visit. Let's find out where this dude live. Let's see what he's about. Let's see what's going on. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
And then even if it's a temporary, you know what, man, you said some crazy shit. Let's take away your weapon for a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna confiscate it forever.
Right.
But let's take away your, and we're gonna monitor you, and we're gonna see what's going on, and then we'll, after 6 months or whatever, we'll decide to give it. Some shit like that.
Right.
I could agree with something like that.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
But a lot of people felt like, oh, he needed to be arrested and thrown in jail. So basically, you trying to say that we shouldn't have freedom of speech.
Right, exactly. And that's why people don't see the other side of it. Because you know why people don't see the other side of it? Because they feel like, I'm a sane person. Get these crazy motherfuckers the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like, people, we say we don't want to sympathize with gentlemen like this, but at the same time, we don't want to victimize everybody.
Exactly. Or we don't want to make every person with a mental illness out to be a freaking terrorist or be a killer.
Right, exactly. And mental illness is really subject to opinion in a sense. You see what I'm saying? Because you label somebody as mentally ill, but, yo, is this person hearing voices? Nah, he ain't hearing voices. You know what I mean? Somebody who's angry, is that mental illness? Motherfucker's angry.
Yeah.
He's angry.
But what I'm saying is, even if they are hearing voices.
If they are hearing voices, then
Yes.
But, we ain't no rights then, bro. Like,
yes, but what I'm saying,
who you heard?
What I'm saying,
they
is
come
that,
in your eye. Listen.
What I'm saying is that even if they are hearing voices, that don't necessarily mean that they're gonna go to a school and shoot up the damn school.
Right. But if there's like we said, if there's signs like gun purchases,
yes, I agree.
Certain things that you post on certain social websites, or you're taking dark and gloomy pictures, and those signs are different.
I just think that with this whole situation, I think that what people are asking for is not what they want.
No, exactly.
So what you're asking for is an invasion of privacy because you want all internet communications to be monitored.
Yeah.
You want things to be reported, and in this case, it seemed like it was reported because Trump came out and he was like, when you see something, say something.
Yeah.
Scott Israel, which is the head of the BSO, when you see something, say something. So in this case, people saw stuff and they said stuff and they reported it to the FBI, and the FBI did nothing about it. Right.
Yeah.
So not saying that the FBI could have came in and arrested him or whatever. But it just seemed like what y'all ask us to do as civilians, as people who live in the community, it was done, and nothing was done about what information you guys had.
Right.
So that was a failure on that part, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of brings me to whenever we have a mass shooting, it's always like an initial outrage where, all right, you get the questions of how did he get his hands on a gun? This is mentally ill. People shouldn't have guns like this. Blah, blah, blah. Guns need to be banned. As Americans, it feel like we always try to place blame on something other than the person that committed the act.
Yeah.
So what do you think about us placing blame on everything else leading up to this dude doing what he did.
I think that's self-damaging.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that we do that, or I'm not saying we because we all Americans, so we have to.
Yeah, we all in
the sins of my brother is mine too.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, until we change. So, you know, for us to do that, I don't think we're getting the point that this is becoming the normal thing that's happening in our country. Well, they said it has been 18 shootings in this year alone.
Yeah. But this was like the only one that was really widely reported because I guess the amount of casualties.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, for them to do that, I mean, it goes back to what you said, man. I think we're asking for something that we really don't want.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, man. And like I said, man, it sucks that people don't realize that y'all really asking for you asking for invasion of privacy.
Yeah. You
asking for any and everything that you ever see in your life to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
So just think about it. You know, your kids do something and the principal call your phone and they say, hey, you know, your kid did this at school and I'm gonna kill him when I get home.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really mean that you're gonna kill him when you get home?
Right.
Or is that, you know, like, so when are we supposed to take that? You know what I mean?
But at the same time, though, that goes with what I was saying too. Is like the times are changing, Dub. It is. There is certain signs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was speaking to a coworker the other day, and then she was describing something to me where, you know, one of her closest friends who passed away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she ran into the friend's husband,
mm-hmm.
and the husband was speaking on one of the oldest kids who has been acting out in school.
Yeah.
And I think he said something along the lines of to the kid like when the lady called, he was like, I just wish I never had that motherfucker.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then he repeated that to her, saying like, look, you know, that's what I told the school counselor who called me.
Yeah.
I said, I just wish I never had that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, I understand that somebody might be dealing with a tough time. He's a single father now. He's raising 2 kids or whatever. He's stressed out. His wife passed or what have you. But you know what? Those statements can't be taken lightly in these times, because we're looking at the signs and we're looking for what we deem as the things that may breed or fester to be a psycho killer motherfucker like this.
Yeah.
And a situation like that, I would say, yeah, I'm judging. I feel like that kid could be that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with your mom passed away, your father is saying he wish he ain't had your ass, and you having trouble in school. You could be that kid. So certain, not, you know what I mean? Not the lightest thing. Not everything can be taken lightly. You have to really look into it in these times.
Definitely. And then now, I got something that I call acts of stupidity, mm-hmm. right? So whenever something like this happens, you have acts of stupidity.
Yeah.
So one of the acts of stupidity that I saw was a BSO sheriff, or whatever his name is. Let me find out real quick whatever this dude's name was. What is his name? It says Tamarack gun owner surrenders AR-15 rifle to BSO in wake of school shooting. So this dude is a BSO officer,
mm-hmm.
right? And he has Ben Dickman is his name. He took his AR-57 semi-automatic rifle, a caliber variant to the AR-15, to BSO's Tamarack location on Friday, 2 days after 17 people were killed in Parkland. So what he's saying is that this is his contribution to making us safer, right? So he got pictures of himself.
You're protecting me from you?
Exactly. So he got pictures of himself signing the documents and the pictures of the rifle, and he's giving it to BSO or whatever. Mind you, he's a police officer, right?
Yeah.
And he owns the AR-15 variant. So it's just a different caliber, but let's just say it's an AR-15. It's a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Turned it in, and he says, oh, he don't need the rifle because, you know, it's a tool and it's not a tool that he is ever going to use. Yes, he enjoys shooting it, blah, 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 blah. But he don't need the rifle, and this is his contribution. And then you got millions and millions of people seeing that, and you did the right thing. You did this, and that's great of you. How much courage it is for you to do this, and he just getting all kind of praise for doing this shit.
Yeah.
How many lives did he save by doing
that? We have to ask him. That's what I'm saying.
Because my thing is that
you're implying that you're one of them motherfuckers. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, so do you feel like, oh, all right, I'm one of them people that can come out here and shoot up a whole school or a club or whatever the case?
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
But you're still an officer, though. So
he's a fucking officer.
You pull me over.
Yeah.
I live close to town, in close proximity to Tamarack. I drive through Tamarack all the time, so I could run into this officer.
Exactly. So I don't need it.
Who feels like this kind of a caliber of weapon is unsafe in my hands? Let me turn it over.
That's what it seemed like to me.
I would hope that it's safe in your hands.
And I had this conversation with my wife. It's millions of people in the United States that own AR-15s. Yeah. Millions of these guns on the streets.
Let's just keep it real. The reason why people own these guns, one simple reason: it's sexy.
Yeah, they look cool as shit.
That's it.
You watch fucking Bright, the last movie with Will Smith. They in the clapping. Yeah. Any new movie that come out, shit, maybe even Black Panther. I'm sure somebody, you know what I mean?
It's just a sexy weapon. That's why people own it.
And we glorify it in the United States.
Yes.
And go to the movies. Go to the movies right now. And look at all the posters in the movie theater, and I guarantee you will see no less than 5 guns on a movie poster.
Exactly.
No less than 5. And an AR-15 might be one of them, or AR-15 style might be one of them that you're going to see in the movie poster.
As men, as boys, we were infatuated with guns. We
want to see things go bang, bro.
Yeah, and it got to look cool too.
So, like you said, the cool factor, this, that, and the third. This dude turned his gun in, and it's just like, oh, I done saved millions of. You didn't do shit. You just fucking posted some shit on Facebook for millions and millions of likes.
Yeah,
exactly. For people to be like, oh, he's a hero, and we need more people like you. You not the one that's out there killing people. You not the one that's out there.
We'd hope. We hope you're not. We'd hope. We can't put it past police officers. I'm not saying this person in particular is doing that. But
what I'm saying is that obviously you're not the one that's out there committing mass shooting. So what difference does it make for you to turn in your rifle or not?
Right.
So then I kind of get that.
Show me something different. Show me something like you doing private. You taking your time to do investigations on certain websites, and you're identifying people who have said things along the lines that this killer who did the Douglas shooting have said, and highlight those points and say, you see this motherfucker right here, this could potentially be one of those folks. This is what this looks like. These are the people that we should be reporting, and this is where we look for them.
Exactly.
That's how you save lives, bro.
Exactly.
Not turning in your weapon of somebody who's, I'd hope, his capable hands.
He's a more than capable operator of that firearm.
Right.
So
I would hope, if you live next door to me, I hope you got one, bro.
Yeah. So you got people like this that do acts of stupidity. Then we move on to the whole gun ban situation, because every time this stuff like this happens, the gun ban. Yeah. So I read something that said, after Americans decided that it was okay to kill children, we talking about Sandy Hook, R.I.P. to those to those children, and condolences to those parents as well that lost children.
Have you noticed that most in the cases of the shooting, it's usually children shooting children, in a sense?
Kind of, yeah.
19. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In the teen age.
Yeah, early 20s. Something. Yeah, I get you. So after this, it's always, all right, we need a gun ban and we need to do something. You had this one lady that's out there on Channel 7 screaming at the news camera. Did you see her?
Nah, I seen Don Lemon though.
Donald Trump, you need to do something. You need to do something.
Yeah.
Stop.
They got all in Parkland right now asking for gun control.
Stop these guns from getting in the hands of these children. And then, I'm like, yo, First of all, focus on your family right now. I understand that you're angry, you lost your child, X, Y, and Z, but focus on your family right now. Don't get on national TV and be screaming in the news camera to Donald Trump, who's a fucking billionaire, who don't really give a damn about any of us in this country right now.
Not the least bit. He waited a whole day before he came out and said something publicly. He tweeted out though, but he waited a whole day.
And I heard he visited the hospital.
He went to the hospital. He's down here. Yeah,
I heard motherfuckers wasn't cool with that shit.
Nah,
either, though.
But you know what I'm saying? That's what Trump do, man. That's what Trump do. But yo,
so the whole thing is a gun ban now, right?
Yeah, don't ask for tyranny. Be careful, like my dad Dub said. Be careful what we asking for.
So my thing is this, and this is a different analogy that I used to use or whatever. My analogy is I made a Facebook post about this, right? So we blame everything besides the person that's responsible for the act.
Yeah.
So let's just say, all right, this was done in another way. So let's just say this dude set a fire and killed 17 people, injured, whatever. Or let's just say he set a bomb. Or let's just say the nigga went to fucking Lowe's and rented a truck and ran over people. Would the outrage be the same?
Nah. But
why,
because let me tell you why. We can't outrun a bullet. We can't. So basically people are saying, look, you kill somebody, as long as you give me a chance to escape. It's basically what they're saying. It's basically how they're feeling. It's like, I can't outrun a bullet. What can I do to defend myself if you're coming with an assault rifle? What can I do?
Not much.
There's not much you could do. You could set a fire.
Hope he ain't got
I could smell smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could hear a truck hit a building. It might be unfortunate for one or two motherfuckers, but I got a strong chance of surviving.
And when was it?
And if you're lowering my chance of surviving, that's why people are saying this shit about guns.
Was it in France? In France, recently, how many people died when this dude rode down the street in the festival and killed mad people or whatever?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that it's selective outrage, right?
Yeah.
The blame to me should always be placed on the person that did whatever that they did. How they did it, okay, yeah, the FBI could have did more. Okay, yeah, he might have been mentally disturbed or whatever the case is, but he wasn't never clinically diagnosed with anything. He never committed any kind of felonies or anything like that that would stop him from purchasing a firearm or whatever.
Right.
So we have to go on the laws that we have in the books. So are we going to go off of word of mouth? Like how are things going to move forward in the future? So my thing is that we have selective outrage because, yes, he used a gun. He used a fucking AR-15 to do it, blah, blah, blah. I was talking to my wife about it. I own 3 guns, right? 2 9mm, 145, right? And I explained to her, I said to her, like, and she was like, oh, you know, he shouldn't be having these kind of guns and this, that, and the third. And I said to her, not that I would ever do this. I said to her,
you could take out about most people with yours.
And that's what I said to her. I said, listen, I said, they have extended magazines for my guns. I said, I could buy a 30-round magazine for my gun, put two or three 30-round magazines in my pocket, and go fucking dual wielding and kill the same amount of people. The dude that did it in fucking the Virginia Tech shooting. That's what he did. He didn't have no assault rifle or anything like that.
Yeah.
The nigga had fucking handguns and killed 30 people with that shit.
Right.
So what I was explaining to her is it's not like, let's start focusing on how they did it and let's focus on the person that actually did it, why they did it. You know what I'm saying? Try to
focus on the whys they did it, man.
But the person itself. Let's put the blame on the person and not
blame.
How.
Not focus, blame. Just blame. Blame. You have to shame the people who are doing it. And I feel like that's what America is doing right now without knowing that they're doing it. They're making this thing sound cool to people who feel like this is something cool. Who have these impulses to do these things. They're making it exciting. They're making it pornography for them.
Pretty much. Because we And I mean, I know we haven't said his name.
Yeah.
But you know, you broadcasting his name.
Yeah.
This dude is famous. He all over the news. You know what I mean? He gonna go down in history.
Exactly.
This you know what I mean? This is what, as a news media, we're doing, and it's basically inciting the next 12-year-old that's looking at this shit.
Right.
And being like,
who just has...
I ain't got no friends.
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck about shit.
Yeah.
I'm watching this dude, and, you know...
One day I'm going to top them numbers. Just like I'm looking at LeBron James, like I'm going to take him out one day. There's kids out there look like I'm going to take down fucktard Cruz.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So like we gotta be mindful how we report it. You sit there and you watch the news, and like for 2 days they're interviewing irrelevant motherfuckers. Oh, you was in the room 5 fucking flights up from where this incident happened. How were you feeling at that particular moment? Let's talk to your mother. Let's just take us through. Describe. Nah, we don't need all that shit, man. We don't need that. That's not news. That's not news. We don't need 100 takes from this. You see what I'm saying? We really have to start demonizing the people that do these things,
and not how they do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not how. It's got to demonize them.
What I said to my wife, I said, where there's a will, there's a way. Mm-hmm. So once again, if this person did this with a bomb, nobody wouldn't be saying nothing. Mm-mm. The Boston Marathon dudes. They bombed. I mean, I think it was only 3 or 4 people that died there, but it was quite a few that got injured or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they did that with a fucking bomb. Right. Would it made a fucking crock pot, like an electronic crock pot or some shit like that, and blew up with shrapnel and this, that, and the third.
And it's kids. Yo, listen, man. Kids' lives are important, but mine is too. I'm a human being.
Yeah, all lives matter.
All lives matter in this instance. You know what I mean? Woo. All lives matter. Yeah. So they play with your psychology and kids are so harmless and helpless in these instances. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I want to go to a nightclub or go to a country concert and get shot the fuck up. I'm harmless and innocent there too. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I can't help nothing in the situation either. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so I mean,
but somebody, you got a final thought about all this.
I mean, just as the final thoughts about the gun ban is that people assume that if you ban all guns, then that's just going to solve the problems, but they don't realize that America is built on violence. It's built on fucking conquer, divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers came here, shot up.
Sounds about white, right?
Sounds about white.
Sounds about white.
That's what we're based on: violence, conquering, taking shit that ain't ours, bliss, that, and the third, blah blah blah.
And this
blah,
is
blah,
just the manifestation of it.
It is
in one form or another,
and it's built into our Constitution that it's a right for us to possess firearms. Right. And I think what I read was that it's us and like 3 other countries or 2 other countries. I think Mexico, Guatemala, and somewhere else, where it's in their Constitution that in Mexico, you born here as a Mexican have the right to bear arms.
Right. Who was the comedian that said it?
I'm not sure.
Like, it's all written in the Constitution. It was like, said there's a right to bear arms. There's a right to freedom of speech. Yeah, and there's a right to bear arms.
Michael Shea.
Michael Shea
said it.
So he could talk that shit.
So I mean, I know we on it for a little while, but just to wrap it up, man. It's more guns in people. It's more guns on the streets than people in America. So if all of a sudden tomorrow all guns become illegal, I'm sorry, I'm not turning in mines. The criminals aren't turning in theirs. The cops aren't. Oh, so only the cops should possess guns? Yeah. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Just realize that the problem is already there. There's no one specific solution to the problem. Yeah. It's fucking confusing. It's all kinds of shit, and we need to figure out a way to deal with it without saying, all right, let's punish me who's responsible because this fuckhead decided to do whatever he did.
Right. Exactly.
So the outrage, and then the last stage of the shit is always the silence, because we have the outrage, we have the lobby in the Congress, and they sending the letters, and they doing this, and they going on TV, and they doing all of that, and at the end of it all, a couple months from now, we're gonna forget about Douglas, just like we forgot about Sandy Hook, just like we forgot about the fucking nightclub shooting.
You're gonna forget about all that shit. The feeling's gonna come that this could take place again. soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be another one that's gonna happen. I mean, it sucks, but
so I mean, not to stay on this for too long, but I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were discussing a young lady who called in and said that went to the school, and they said they seen the young man come in, and they say, "Yo, what's up to him?" Like, you know what I mean, because they know him, but they're not friends with him. Yeah. But that person's friend is actually good friends with this young man. Mm-hmm. But the person that said, "Yo, what up?" that doesn't know him very well, said the only reason I talked to him is because I always felt like he's the type of dude that would end up shooting up a school.
So she felt like her interaction, a positive interaction with him, would probably change that.
No. It's in the efforts to keep me safe. Mm-hmm. I want to be cool with you.
So if you come in here guns blazing,
you look past me.
Killer, you cool.
You cool.
I ain't fucking with I'll murk everybody else but you.
But your ass. And I gotta say, I've done that before.
I think we all have.
Yep. There's people I work with.
Yeah.
There's people I went to school with.
Yeah.
That I say had the symptoms. And I'm like, yo, I'm cool with this dude. I'm gonna come by, I'm gonna say hi, I'm gonna say hello, I'm gonna be friends with you.
Ever if them guns ever come blazing, you remember me, nigga?
Yeah. No, I ain't that man, bro. Come on, bro. Chill out, Sammy. Chill out.
And then just one last point on this shit too, is that let's just think about it like this. Okay, we want to demonize the AR-15 or whatever. So let's just say this nigga did this shit in the Honda Civic, right? This nigga drove outside.
This nigga gonna make every fucking example.
Let's say he murked 2 people, 17 people, drove them over with a fucking Honda Civic, right?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to go in and turn in my Honda Civic now because this?
Hey man, listen.
All
right, they get the point, bro.
He did it.
They got the point a long time ago, my nigga. Yo, my dog's a gun owner, bro. He gonna try to drive the shit home for you. I think y'all got it. I really do. I really believe in y'all.
All right, let's move on.
Hey, you know it's white privilege. This nigga went to the subway right after he killed a bunch of people and got ordered soda.
Did he do that?
Yeah, that's what they called him. Because after, you know what I'm saying, everybody was running out, he ran with them to blend in with the crowd. He dished the weapon and left the school. They found him at Subway.
This nigga say, let me give me a foot long Italian.
That's some white shit right there, boy. I ain't going home or nothing like that. I'm going Subway,
Seems about white.
Seems about white.
Seems white to me.
Yeah.
Let's move on, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some different shit, bro. Troy Ave, man. Are you gonna start off with Troy Ave, or you?
Yeah. Let's go, man. We in a discussing mood, man, and I mean, let's keep it going.
All right. So Troy Ave, for those that don't know, is a popular, unpopular fucking.
Troy Average, right?
Mainstream local.
You know what? You're right. He's all those things at the same time.
Mainstream local rapper.
Yeah. He's all popular and unpopular. Mainstream, he's local. He's mainstream, he's underground. It's all those things at the same fucking
mainstream,
time.
local, underground rapper Troy Ave.
Yeah.
Troy Average.
Troy Average.
So those that don't know, Troy Ave is basically caught up in some kind of legal situation where his friend had got shot. He's from New York. His friend.
Let's frame it a little different.
Okay.
And I know they're not here for the fact. They're not here for the facts. They're here for the opinions.
Yes.
But let's try to keep them.
All right. So
in the realm of it all. So
throw the facts out.
Basically, Troy Ave is a rapper.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay. So Troy Ave is a rapper who is known for, and my dog Dub here has experienced this with him, who's known for clapping back online whenever certain scenarios are going down or things like that. Somebody says something about him, he's going to answer back. Mm-hmm. So Troy Average is not.
He gonna get real emotional.
He get real emotional. So I'm not saying that to indict him as his character or whatever. I'm just trying to paint a picture for those who don't know. So apparently this dude, he's in a scenario with a podcaster by the name of Tax Stones. Mm-hmm. So
be safe though.
So him and Tax Stones got beef, and for those who are familiar with the whole situation, don't judge us. I'm just giving motherfuckers the gist, man. I ain't got no time to talk about the whole thing and who knows who and whatever. Y'all could comment underneath all this if you want to and break it down to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just giving y'all the gist. So, you know, situation brewed up where words were exchanged between him and Tax Stones. It seemed like it was a pull up on sight situation going on with them. It's like, bro, if I see you, it's on. All right, if I see you, it's on. They saw each other. Yeah, I mean,
and for those that don't know, I mean, not that we street dudes or whatever, but when you say on site, that means wherever I see you, it's going down. Whether it's a fist fight, if I got my pistol on me, whatever it is, it's going down.
It's going down
on site. That's what
on site. So Irving Plaza at the event, Tax Stones and Troy Ave seen each other. Bullets rang out. Banger, bodyguard of Troy Ave.
Yeah, and I guess one of his best friends or something like that.
One of his best friends, one of his close associates were killed in that situation. Troy Ave was arrested because he was seen on film firing his weapon.
Busting his guns.
So he was picked up. For a while, the news was like, yo, Troy Ave got arrested for shooting at, somebody at Irving Plaza.
Yeah.
Then it broke a little bit more that that person was Tax Stones that he was shooting at. Then it broke out a little bit more that, Troy Ave isn't the one that killed somebody. You know what I mean? Troy Ave was the one that was getting shot at. Then all that came around full circle to Tax Stones is in jail right now for
the murder of
murder of Banger.
Okay.
So now
Troy Ave been doing a lot of splaining in his music.
Yeah, interviews.
He been doing his little media tours, and a lot of it has not been favorable.
Right. So where do we stand with all this?
In regards to what specifically?
In regards to what? So now, specifically what we're talking about today is the incidents that happened recently, where Troy have released a cartoon-style video of him saying, yo...
Too legit to quit.
Saying that, look, I'm all about my fam. It's me or you, like basically stealing from the stand. Something along those lines. He's basically saying, look, I am going to testify in this scenario that I was only defending myself.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, it's like by him testifying, it's kind of like dry snitching. It's saying snitching. Look, bruh, I was defending myself because he was trying to kill me.
Yeah. So I got to point the finger.
So I have to point the finger.
Yeah. Who was trying to shoot you?
Who?
It was that nigga Killer, man.
No, Killer. Nah,
Troy that nigga Dub. He was trying to kill me.
Troy Ave is somebody.
That nigga, right?
Yeah. For real.
Dude, it's pointing the finger is so elementary.
Yeah. Him. Who did it? Him. He's trying to move. Him.
You following that nigga with your finger, nigga. That's you motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? So, and look, we joke about that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you live by the street codes, you know what I mean? That's tattletelling. That's snitching. You know what I mean? According to and that's who Troy have claimed to be all these years on his records in every fucking screaming match he's been in.
G code I abide by.
Yeah. So the question is, if you're somebody who sold people that you're this authentic G and you live by all these street codes and you don't believe in snitching, you don't believe in rats, is this a scenario of ratting? Basically, I'm asking everybody, if you're not involved in some gangster shit, let's imagine this. You're involved with somebody in a beef. They try to shoot your ass. Now, y'all both in jail. They trying to charge you for murder, and they trying to charge that person for murder. Yeah. Are you testifying against that other person?
You asking me that?
I'm asking you now.
One, I'm not a street nigga. But two, personally,
Speaking on the Troy Ave thing.
Speaking on the Troy Ave thing, I don't blame him for doing what he's doing. If he say he's going to take the stand to clear his name, to say, hey, I was just defending myself, blah, blah, blah. I don't see no problem with that.
You know,
personally.
Right. No problem personally if it was you.
If it was me.
Mm-hmm. But do you see a problem for Troy Ave to be doing this? Troy Ave.
Yes, I do.
And why?
Because he sells himself to be this super duper street dude, this super thug, and this thorough dude, and you know, the whole street code shit, man. Nigga never snitch, never take the stand, never work for the state, never like, dude, you basically working for the prosecution if that's the case. Yeah. So if it's Tax Stone, let's just say it's Tax Stone, right? And Tax Stone actually did what they accusing him of doing. You're working for the state to say, hey, Tax, you was the one that tried to shoot at me, and I shot back at you at self.
So if you haven't seen the Breakfast Club interview recently with him on the Breakfast Club, he's basically saying, yeah, you know what, I feel like, look, this man legitimately tried to take my life. He legitimately did it. So is it snitching for me to tell on somebody that legitimately try to take my life? Not only did he try to take my life, if I don't say something, I could potentially get time too.
Well, he's gonna get time because of the whole New York laws with the guns and blah 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 blah. But yeah, definitely, he could definitely get time too for possibly killing his friend. Which why would he kill his friend who is also his friend and his bodyguard? Right. So that don't make no fucking sense. So, but
is the streets wilding too much if they're pressuring him about this?
I mean, I feel like the streets been wilding for a long ass time, man.
Is the street a myth? Is the streets a myth?
I agree with him when he said that the streets is a myth. The streets come up with these fucking stupid ass codes that they try to live by, and it's just like my thing is this, right? Yeah. And I know this might be going off on a tangent, but as the streets, do you own the street that you live on? Do you own anything on the street that you live on besides your clothes and your fucking sneakers?
Yeah. You know who the streets is? The streets is somebody that said something that was convenient for them. And
I agree.
It was convenient for them, it worked for them.
I agree.
That's who the streets is. So, you know what I mean? And they bully motherfuckers that didn't agree with it.
Yeah, so I agree with Troy Ave. What he's saying is the streets is a fucking myth. It is a fucking myth. It's a fucked up mentality.
It's a myth now though. It's
convenient for him.
Convenient for you now to say that. Now.
Yeah, because before that you was super thug. You was a street nigga.
You was glorifying the myth. But
now when that time about to hit your motherfucking ass, the streets is a myth.
See, man.
So
that's
in
the
that
problem.
sense,
Motherfuckers can't keep it real all the way. There's no such thing.
Exactly.
You cannot keep it real all the way, bro. And that's what it's kids. This is what it's teaching you. Yeah. Fuck that real shit, man. It's all about self-preservation. And whoever is making up these rules is doing that.
100%. 100%. And that's what he's trying to do. Yeah. Self-preservation. He's trying to preserve himself. He's trying to stop himself from going to prison. Yeah. I don't want all this time. Yeah. I'm a millionaire, so he claims. Right. I got money. I'm living a good life. Yeah. I don't want to be behind bars.
But I got to paint these pictures because I still got to sell records. Yeah. It's self-preservation at its finest. Not at its finest, really. It ain't fine. You know what I'm saying? But it's obvious. It's blatant. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So I mean, if I'm Troy Ave and I'm in that position, if I'm standing on the principles that I've been claiming in my life and in my raps all these years, I'm not taking a stand. I'm just saying, you know what, man? I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna point no finger. If this is the time that y'all want to give me, this is the time you want to give me. Yeah. I know what I did. I did what was right for me. I did what was right for my homie. And yes, my homie died, but I'm willing to take that time for that.
And I'm faulting the streets. My fault in the streets because y'all pulling the snitch card too early. Let them do it. Let them snitch. Don't call them one now. Call them one after they do it, so that you could teach the next generation to say, see, this is what happens. It's not really about what they say it's about. It's not.
It's not, man. It's not. And it's a sad story, man. It's, we talk about it, and somebody lost their life in the situation, and it's fucked up all around, man. And I mean, not to be sitting here bagging on Troy Ave or whatever, but I just think that he basically folded, man.
Yeah, well,
or he's in the process of folding. And the thing is that you go on the Breakfast Club and you do interviews about it, but then you don't really say anything. Oh, my lawyer says da da da, or I can't really speak. I wish I could speak on the situation. But yo, you speak it on the situation in your music, but then you do the interview and you say your lawyer said X, Y, and Z. So what the fuck did your lawyer tell you about releasing the music, talking about the situation loosely? Like, if you can't talk about it, nigga, don't talk about the shit.
You created your own scenario. You created a dog. But I mean, I'm sure he's at conflicts with it. But based on his interview, it sounded like he did a lot of soul searching and a lot of deep thought and a lot of deep thinking about it. And he tried to come up with the most presentable answer he could possibly come up with to defend himself or defend his likeness. But you know what?
Troy Ave is just a real cocky dumb nigga, man.
Yeah, fuck Troy Ave, bro. Real shit, fuck Troy Ave. But you know what I mean? Like, let's keep it on the streets.
Streets is watching, B.
The streets is out here. The streets will be on some shits, man. So you got Tekashi 6ix9ine, trying to go to NBA All-Star Weekend. And you got some gangster motherfuckers over there saying, hey, bro, you can't come in over here, man. You claim this set, you claim that set.
Yeah.
So unless you come over here, unless you call and check in with the set that runs this area, you can't touch down out here, because if you do that, it's going to be problems.
So
then
not just Tekashi, but
now we got Cardi B.
So we got a male and a female involved.
So
in this
Cardi
shit.
B put on a blue fur jacket or whatever
a couple weeks ago, and under the caption she places, I don't really like flu, replacing the B with an F. I don't really like flu, but this jacket here was fly as fuck. So basically saying, yo, I'm blood gang. Blood, 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 blood. If you blood, that's you would refer to somebody who's Crip instead of saying blue, you say flu. And like I just recently discovered from watching Nipsey Hussle. Yeah. I'm not in the street, so I'm only hear what they telling me. Yeah.
Instead of saying red, they say dead.
Yeah.
So
but Crips would only say that
to another
Crip. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to say that in front of blood because it's real disrespectful. So the same thing, if Cardi B is claiming herself to be a blood, she going to say that amongst other bloods. So this is gang culture here. Gang culture 105.
In efforts not to try to insult a Crip or a blood or any other gang, period, in particular, how do we feel about gangs? How do you feel about Cardi B being a part of a gang?
Not to disrespect anybody that's in a gang or whatever, but I feel like outside of prison, fuck gangs. Outside of you being inside prison walls, fuck a gang, fuck a blood, fuck a Crip, fuck a whatever. Right. To me, that shit don't make no sense outside of prison walls. And
why is it that these popular people are affiliated with the gangs? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Let's take it back to like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne been having money since he was little nigga 17, playing with 6 figures. Yeah. Got so much money, I can stay on a nigga. You see Cash Money, you know we be flossing. That was BG, but still. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you've been having money since you was like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, right.
When did you have a chance to become a fucking blood?
That's what I'm saying.
So I think a lot of these entertainers, even if you did come up in the streets, don't try to claim that shit like, yo, I'm blood gang, I'm Crip gang, I'm this, that, and the third. And I think Snoop was one of the first ones that brought that whole gang culture to the forefront and made it be fucking popular to be a gang banger on the fucking mic.
Yeah, entertainers love things that are taboo, it seems like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got motherfuckers now that, you know what I mean, playing playing the blurred lines between gay, straight, and all this stuff, and you know, because something like that worked for Snoop Dogg or anybody else that was affiliated. You know, you got fucking what's Pac in a gang? Oh no,
no, he never did. He never claimed gang.
Okay,
I know he had a lot of gang members around him, but he never claimed to be in a gang.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? You got people that just claim this lifestyle and trying to sell off this lifestyle. But at the same time, if I'm a Crip or a Blood or any of these other gangs, like I would go check these motherfuckers because they only using you for quote unquote your clout and your protection.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? So they claiming you so that you could give them the clout to elevate themselves and protect themselves. Mm-hmm. And you're accepting them because it makes your gang popular.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
but what is that doing for black people or humans in general?
Not a damn thing.
Not a fucking thing.
And like I said, man, when we talk about Crip, gang, this, that, and do you don't own shit on your fucking block, bro?
Yeah.
If you don't own shit on your block, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
Shut up.
Yo,
and even
Hussle said, "Wait, bro, you had your mama, your grandmama told you like you can't just leave the house with certain colored showcases." Like my nigga, I'm just trying to go outside to the store, bro.
Ain't that serious? It should never be.
It should never be that serious.
It should never be that serious that we out here killing each other over
colors.
I bang blue and you bang red. And I mean this is remember this is coming from outsiders that we don't know shit about.
We don't know shit about gang culture.
And the thing is, and the crazy thing is,
and I think they realized that over the times.
I don't know if you remember this song. Mm-hmm. It's a song by Onyx. Mm-hmm. I forgot the name of the fucking song. It was a song that I guess Eminem had freestyled over on the movie 8 Mile.
Yeah, either
him or the dude that he was going against, but whatever it is. But one of the songs, well, no, it wasn't one of the songs, but one of the songs off the album, the Onyx album, Sticky Fingers or one of the dudes in the group said, "We don't throw gang signs in New York. We just be on some shit in New York City, nigga, low down." Like he was going like. That was like a super dope line at that time. Like, yo, we don't throw gang signs in. That's a West Coast thing. Yeah. And then ever since then, and I believe that album came out probably around 95, 96, niggas started throwing gang signs in New York. Niggas started banging like Blood Gang, Crip Gang, this, that. Like, yo, how the fuck did this become an East Coast thing?
I met some nigga that was a friend of mine, man. I saw him, ran into him in the gas station. I was like, yo, bro, what up, man? This nigga said to me, I'm not hold on to your point. He said, I mean, I haven't seen this dude in about 10 years. And I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? Everything good? He's like, yeah, man, you know, I'm out here, man. You know what I mean? Repping my set. I'm like, yo, your set? He's like, you know what I mean? I'm Crip or all that. You know what I mean? I'm like, why are you Crip now? I'm like, this is a conversation. I just met you at the gas station after I ain't seen you in 10 years. But
yeah.
You know what I mean? So he like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? I'm trying to start my own chapter over here. And I'm like, all right, word, how much people you got in chapter? Well, it's just me, my homegirl, my homeboy. And I'm like, huh? So I'm letting them talk, but in my head, I'm like, oh, so you just woke up one day and said that I'm this now.
You sound stupid as fuck, man.
You know,
and to be honest, for me personally,
I think that's all of it. All of it seems like that.
And for me personally, anybody outside of the West Coast and outside of being in prison, you sound like a fucking idiot trying to claim that you a fucking gang member. Yeah. You sound like a fucking dummy. So for Cardi B, for Tekashi 6ix9ine, all these dumb motherfuckers to be going out, Blood Gang, he's saying red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, because you're not in the streets no more. You've been making music. You've been on fucking Love and Hip Hop for however long now. You're not in the fucking streets no more. Yeah. Stop trying to claim some street shit.
Right.
Stop. Because you're gonna get fucking hurt because it's really people out there on the West Coast that really live that life, and I can't really speak on them.
Yeah,
like I said, outside of the West Coast.
Yeah,
and outside of prison.
So when we say all this shit,
we say a fucking dummy.
We got. Yeah, you're right. We have to add the West Coast, cause on the West
or Midwest,
Coast,
Midwest to West.
Yeah,
you sound like a fucking dummy
to me.
To me,
you do.
Even people down here in the South, like I see people, and like I said, man, you know, I got a couple of hood figures on my Facebook page, and I see the "soo whoop," and shut the fuck up,
yeah,
nigga.
This ain't a sorority, bro. You ain't gonna get a job. You can't.
Like you in Florida, nigga. I know you.
Hey, yo,
I grew up with you.
Like you always get the visualization of being in a sorority, or you know what I'm saying, and you Kappa Phi Alpha Delta Delta Pop whatever the fuck, however that goes. Right? You always get that image, and you imagine like they walk into a fucking interview, and you interviewing the boss of there, and you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, Kappa Phi Delta, and the nigga like, you're hired.
Yeah.
You're hired. 6 weeks vacation. Double, you know what I'm saying? Triple figure salary. You know what I mean? But what does that get you as
in real life?
In real life as a blood?
Not a fucking thing.
You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine walking to a fucking office building?
Blood.
You walk into, you know what I'm saying? You sit down with the fucking manager, and you hit the nigga with a. This nigga is like, oh, it's so boop. Nigga, you got a job, blood. This nigga, you can't wear blue no more, dog. We just gonna be behind these desks with red, cuz. Like, we gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh.
Shut the fuck up, man. Like I said, man, once again, dude, outside of the Midwest to the West, where this shit is really, really their fucking culture, out here in the South and in the East Coast, stop it.
Stop it, man.
Stop it, B.
Cut it out.
Definitely, man. Like, we don't believe you. You need more people.
Yeah.
So, Cardi B, hopefully everything goes well for you All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, hopefully.
Tekashi 5'4".
You know what?
Hopefully everything go well with you too, bro.
I just feel like something ain't going. I'm sorry. I feel like something's gonna happen to somebody this weekend. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to put it out there.
Man, them niggas roll with like 10,000 security officers.
I know. It's not gonna be Tekashi. It's not gonna be Cardi B.
Like entourage member.
Somebody's gonna be a victim of some stupid shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some tag along. Somebody gonna be a victim of some stupid shit, and that's the unfortunate thing. Like, why I can't move on my own, man?
True.
You know what I'm saying? But what else we got going on out here?
Chris Rock, man.
Chris Rock
dropped a new stand-up special called Tambourine. Mm-hmm. I watched it once while I was at work, kind of working at the same time, listening. All right,
I mean, for those that listen to the full podcast, please ignore my next statement. But let's jump into this as if it's a clip that we're gonna put out. You know what I'm saying? So
okay,
kick it off.
Chris Rock dropped the new fucking Tambourine shit. Mm-hmm. How you feel about the whole Tambourine stand-up?
All right, my take on the Tambourine stand-up. I'm going to start from start to finish instead of going through everything or whatever. Just wrapping it up in a couple of words. However, I got to start by saying just the presentation was wonderful to me.
Really?
Yeah, I felt the lights, the camera angles. The auditorium, all those things work visually extremely well.
I can agree with that. Okay, go ahead.
Those things work extremely well for me.
Presentation, visually, looking at it. Yeah. All right, got you.
All right. So, I saw it on Wednesday. I saw it on Wednesday. And
I think it did drop Valentine's. It did drop Valentine's Day.
Okay, so then I'm lying. Then I saw it Thursday. Then.
Okay.
I saw it Thursday night, and I have to say that it was kind of hard for me just to watch the comedy special, the way he kicked it off, in light of what just took place in Stoneman Douglas.
Okay.
So he pretty much kicked it off by talking about shooting, equality, and people getting shot and these things and that nature, and it's just like, oh wow,
yeah,
damn, that shit couldn't have worked out any more fucked up for you, bruh. Because you know, what I mean, there's a school shooting that just took place, and you know, immediately you're still feeling some type of way about the school shooting, and
yeah.
To hear him talk about it, and then he still leads into the next joke, talking about bullying and all these things, and you're like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? The vibe ain't working right now.
Okay,
the vibe, even though as a man on a certain level,
you kind of feel
I'm agreeing with him.
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, getting further into it is where it kind of really where it really got funny for me is when they did that camera close up when he was just like, man, yo, it's fucked up out here for a man to be cheating. Fellas don't cheat, and they really got in his fucking face.
Yeah.
With the camera, and really looked like he's about to cry and shit, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let me hear what you got to say now, and I mean, I'm saying like he breaking that down and talking about like, yo, why he cheated and all those things. That part of the bit got hilarious for me. You know what I mean? It got hilarious for me, but I don't want to go out on a limb and say it was the best comedy special. I see people out there saying, was this worth $40 million? I didn't pay him $40 million. So I can't say what it's worth. However, I'll say I enjoyed it.
All right. I'll say for $40 million, it was not worth $40 million. I feel like the production of it could have been a little bit better. I feel like the venue itself could have been a little bit larger for Chris Rock and his celebrity as a stand-up comedian.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. I know I just took a whole long time to explain my point, and I'm jumping on yours, but I don't get why people are speaking on the money part. Like, how could you speak on the money?
I'm not really not in any position to speak on the money.
Right. So,
get your money, bro.
But what I'm saying, how are you telling me what it's worth or not worth?
Because I'm looking at the special, and I feel like it's not big enough for $40 million. I feel like.
Well, why should you look at it like that? Is what I'm saying.
No, because you brought it into it. I didn't know how much he got into that. I didn't know how much he got for that shit.
All right. But I've seen people on social media saying that, like, he got $40 million for that, and I guess because of the whole Monique thing, and highlighting people's dollars, and you know what I'm saying. All right, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's definitely gonna bring the viewers to Netflix, so I can understand that. But when I was watching it, it definitely wasn't classic. I felt like the last Dave Chappelle stand up was classic. His stand up to me, it wasn't classic. Like,
I thought it was.
I think I chuckled maybe twice during the entire thing.
I don't think it's about chuckling.
It wasn't. It was. And I don't know if it's the grown man in me, and it's the grown man in Chris Rock that kind of changed. So, I mean, when we came in earlier, you kind of did the nigga they still spinning, nigga they spinning, nigga they spinning. Like that was the Chris Rock that I'm used to. Right. As
a kid,
though. So as a kid, but still as a getting older or whatever. I feel like with this one, it was just like, yo. I felt like this nigga was fucking. I'm
gonna defend Chris Rock.
I feel like Chris Rock was trying to get out the blocks for the fucking marathon or for the sprint or whatever, and kind of tripped up a little bit getting out the blocks. I feel like he couldn't get his footing right on this one.
Okay,
and it just seemed like that the way how he just kind of started off with the shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like. Okay, I don't know exactly when this was filmed, but it just seemed a little bit out of touch. Because if you think about it, when he started off, we're into the equality, and I want to see the same amount of white kids being shooted, and I want to see a white mom, I felt like, all right.
Yeah,
that would have been funny 6 months ago.
I'm a defend Chris Rock though, but yeah.
I feel like that would have been funny 6 months ago, but not necessarily right now in 2018. So I assume that this was filmed 6 months ago or a little bit more, when a lot of these shootings was a little bit more prevalent, or when it was brought to our attention through mass media and stuff like that.
Right.
So overall, I thought it was good, but I didn't really laugh that hard throughout the thing. I was just like, okay, I see how that's funny.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily laughing right now.
Okay.
And I was watching this. I watched it twice.
Yeah.
Last night I watched it again, not knowing that we was going to talk about it, but I watched it just to kind of, all right, was there anything that I missed? Because a lot of people was hitting me up and they was just telling me like, yo, this shit is funny as fuck, blah, 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 blah. And I love Chris Rock as a stand-up.
Okay.
I feel like Chris Rock is like one of the dopest stand-up comedians out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I felt like this one just kind of fell short. And one of the things that kind of told me that is there was a specific couple in the front. If you watch the show again, y'all watch the shit again.
They were laughing hella hard.
No, it was one that wasn't laughing.
Okay, I saw the couple that was like, it was like a big kind of fat dude with a.
It was a husky. Yeah, he was a husky dude,
and he was clapping and laughing at every goddamn thing. What's Chris Rock saying?
It wasn't him, but
I know.
Him and his girl was there in the front.
Yeah.
And, you know. What he said, the only wife done checked out a long time ago, and the only reason why she came is because you got tickets or whatever the case. Like, it was a couple that was in the front, and my expression was kind of similar to their expression in the front, where some shit was hitting, but then other shit it was just kind of like, yo, what happened, bro?
All right, so can I chime in now?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I seen those sentiments being broadcast across the internet, and people feeling those way, and seeing reviews and stuff like that in regards to the Chris Rock special. And some of the things that you're saying are absolutely true. Like some of the moments I feel like they were forcing. Like the reason why I did they spinning nigga, because I checked your temperature a little earlier and I saw where you were gonna go with this. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And I saw when he did the whole bit about Zuckerberg, Zucker. He was trying to do that. They spinning nigga, they spinning again. Yeah. And it wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for me. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not working, because my nigga, you can go on Instagram and you see a fucking meme that's gonna have you fall out in your fucking chair. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when he was coming out with things like that, there wasn't those outlets for you to see those things like that. So it's a little harder to be funny these days, because
if the beat is right, I'm gonna dance all night.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little hard to be funny these days, because every funny motherfucker that you know has the ability to put something out there in a funny context for it to circulate and become a fucking viral video or a viral meme or viral this or viral that. So it's hard to be that funny that Eddie Murphy was, or motherfucking Chris Rock was back in the day, and everybody back in the day. You said you liked the Dave Chappelle last special.
Yes.
Let's keep it real. That Dave Chappelle last special, was it really that funny, or was it more so insightful?
I think it was both.
Okay, then Chris Rock was definitely that as well. As a man, I felt like, damn, this is why we need comedians, bro. Because he's saying how I feel, he's saying how I think, and he's able to make a joke out of it.
Yes, I feel exactly how you feel about it.
Right.
But when watching it, it just didn't come across as funny. It came across as, yo, Chris Rock is up here dropping jewels.
Yeah. But isn't that what comedy is?
It came across as you watching somebody, like, you go to you have your fucking corporate meetings at the job where they say, all right, dress up nice and da-da-da-da-da, and you have this corporate motherfucker out there having a speech, right? And we know that I can't relate to you as a corporate motherfucker, but you trying to relate to me, you break it down to my level, and you throw a couple of jokes in there where it's just like, all right, this is funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it was with Chris Rock. I feel like it wasn't necessarily a comedy special. It was like, yo, I'm dropping jewels, and it was a couple of funny moments in there.
Okay.
I feel like it was more of a speech than a fucking special.
And you know why I enjoyed it? Because it was authentic to him. Okay. Because you can't. How do you not pretend like you're not a millionaire? How do you pretend that you're not popular? How do you pretend like these things aren't who you are now?
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? You can't just be a clown ass motherfuckers and go on stage and, you know what I mean, clown every fucking thing. That's not who you are. That's not how you think. That's not how your psyche is.
Dave Chappelle did it, and I'm gonna tell you how he did it. Mm-hmm. And the thing where he was talking about, I went in line and I saw all the Trump voters and da 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 da, and it was one thing that was apparent to me. It was just like, yo, Trump ain't fighting for you; he fighting for me. Like, I'm a rich motherfucker, you poor,
right?
Like, I saw, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but Chris Rock did the same thing several times.
How?
He's like, yo, you bought your wife is disconnected, but y'all bought tickets. She came with you because she come here to see you.
Okay,
she came here for me, motherfucker.
But I don't think it hit the same way.
It didn't hit the same way, but it was the same joke though.
True. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Chris Rock, man. And he did that several times.
Listen,
several times he said, I'm Chris Rock. The cops don't think I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a nigga walking around. Hey, go this motherfucker. Hey, Chris Rock.
You know what? I think what it is that it might be. I think his brand of comedy is outdated. For me, because when I think about it,
I don't understand how our generation, people from our generation, would say outdated. That doesn't make any.
Like
it's
you
not
just
that,
said.
I don't want to insult your intelligence or insult you. You know what I'm saying? Love and respect you. You know what I mean? I guess what I'm trying to say is, look, we all grow up. We are grown now. We've experienced things a lot differently.
Yes.
We cannot hope to get the same classic feel anymore.
I agree.
I want somebody that's growing as I've grown.
Grow and be funny at the same time. Grow and be the same funny.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Grow and be the same funny that you were 10 years ago. When I think about Killer Messenger, right? I think that was his last major stand-up.
He's 45, bro. We're not 45. He's older than we are.
He's 10 years older than we.
Yeah, 10 years is a difference, bro.
Okay, but let's think about it like this.
You know what I'm saying?
When I think about Killer Messenger, you know what was the dopest thing for me about watching Killer Messenger?
What?
Was that this dude filmed this shit in pretty much four different continents, and he was able to memorize his jokes to the point where you could fucking splice them shits up, and he delivering it the same way every audience in 4 different fucking continents.
Right.
And that shit was funny as fuck. And I feel like he was on it. I feel like this one,
but
he wasn't necessarily on it like that.
But
like,
we forget.
It was funny, but it was subtle funny. It wasn't like, yo, this nigga really, really tapped into my soul to let me feel how funny this shit was. I didn't get that vibe from that.
I listen, and let me tell you why I got the vibe from that. Because I got the challenges that he had, right? And I saw the hiccups that he had, and I say there was some dull moments in this stand-up.
Definitely.
But I see why, though. I see somebody who was trying to recapture something that they once had. And I see why it failed, because you're not that same person you once were. You're not. You've grown and you're elevated. And
definitely.
If you think about the times of today are a lot different, bro. Them classics, a kid could watch it now and be like, yo, this is garbage. This is hot garbage. They like different things. They like the Jonas Jones, or, you know what I'm saying, all the Instagram comedians and all the ones that's making the quick, you know what I'm saying,
attention spans.
Mr. Banks and all that. It's a different vibe. And I related to the hiccups that he had on the stand up, and I related to a lot of the jokes that he had about relationships, and, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you just gotta be that tambourine, motherfucker. I related to a lot of those jokes. I did.
He had trouble getting out the blocks, bro, and never really found his footing for this stand up. Like I said, man, I love Chris Rock as a stand up comedian.
You can't say that.
I love him as a stand up comedian. No, I still
because
do
we
love
don't know
him
who he is no more.
Not necessarily. I don't know who he is.
That's what you're saying.
I feel like okay, with Netflix, he definitely has. I'm assuming that he has a situation sort of similar to Dave Chappelle. So this is not the last one, right? So I feel like in the next year or so, another one is gonna come out, and I feel like just like what Dave Chappelle did,
it's gonna get funnier.
It's gonna get funnier. Even though the first one that Dave Chappelle did on Netflix was dope, the second one was definitely doper than the first one. And I feel like it's gonna be the same thing with Chris Rock. I feel like he's gonna look at it. He seemed a little bit uncomfortable on the stage.
Of course, you're coming off of. Everybody was expecting him to talk about the divorce and all this stuff like that.
But that's assuming that.
And he did it.
That obviously this is not like okay. It's not like okay. All right, I haven't done a comedy special in 10 years, and this was the first one. Nah, they do fucking tours, and they tour all over the United States, all over the world or whatever, and they fine-tune the shit. And he got to the point where he fine-tuned it, where he said, all right, this is the state that I want to film my special in. This is the day that I want to do it, X, Y, and Z. And I feel like it just kind of hit the mark, bro. It was funny, but it wasn't like, yo, nigga, you got to check out this Chris Rock shit.
Yeah.
When the Dave Chappelle shit dropped, I was like, yo, you got to check out the Dave Chappelle. Even fucking D-Ray Davis. I was telling people about his shit. I was like, yo, I don't really like D-Ray that much as a stand-up, but I was like, yo, that shit was dope. Check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's the kind of, with Chris Rock shit right now, I feel like it's kind of hard to recommend it. I feel like it's hit or miss right now. It's just like, yo, check it out. Tell me if you like it or not. It wasn't like, yo, this shit funny.
And that's what I like about it. It's like, check it out and tell me if you like it or not. If you don't like it, I'm not going to judge you because I guess you can't relate.
Okay.
And I feel like I could relate. You know what I mean? So.
All right. Moving on.
What we got? We got
our president in chief, bro.
We got this, man. So apparently the government is looking to cease and desist with food stamps. Oh shit, yeah, you heard me right. They trying to cut off food stamps.
Seems kind of white.
And they trying to go ahead and give y'all food boxes. So they basically gonna pack you a can of corn, some beans, and all that shit, some macaroni and cheese, some Minute Maid rice, and they gonna send it to you to your crib instead of giving you food stamps because they feel like that's gonna save America billions of dollars in the long term. Then keep on paying out for food stamps where, you know, let's say they give you $900 a month for food stamps. That $900 don't last after that month, right? It's so you don't transfer over.
You can spend what you want on it, so you can buy steaks.
You should buy steaks. You can buy what you want. And so it's either you use all of it, or some people abuse it by selling. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use what I need, and I'm gonna sell the rest to make me a little profit off of that.
I give you my card. You give me $100. You go and you buy what you want.
All right. So the government is saying
$100 left on my shit.
So we know, Trump is a little bit racist. So I'm guessing he's thinking like, oh, we gotta cut off the users and abusers of this the food stamp program, and I'll dictate to you what you will get. You know what I'm saying, based on the amount of members in your household and et cetera, et cetera. I'll dictate to you what you're gonna get. You're getting food because essentially that's what it's about, right?
Yeah,
I'll give you food. So it's kind of like you got a cousin that just you got to keep supporting. So he's like, you know what, fuck it, nigga. Instead of just giving you $500 a month, I'll just go ahead and take on these light bills, the rent, and all this.
Yeah.
And you decide how to fend for the rest. Because I'm giving you the essentials that you need to survive.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Or how do you think the hood figures will feel about this?
I feel like the hood figures definitely ain't gonna like it, man, because you think about it, nigga. All right, so you just gonna tell me as a government that you're gonna send me a box of fucking baked beans, sardines, all kinds of shit, whatever else that rhymes. But like a lot of the hood figures out there, they want to use their card to buy whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
So they feel like as the government, if you think about it, right. When you look at the commercials from back in the days, when they go to these foreign countries or whatever, they come with a fucking bowl of porridge or rice.
Yeah.
And they just be feeding the kids straight rice.
Bang, bang. You right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them things don't be looking that yummy. I don't see them bringing a big piece of chicken up. You right as fuck. Yeah.
Nigga be choking on that.
And they be looking at the kids like, that's the best meal this kid's gotten.
Flies flying over there. Straight rice, bro.
He's eating rice and
got helicopters dropping off big ass fucking packets of rice.
Yeah. But
y'all need to eat. We're not saying y'all need to be eating steak and lobster and all kind of shit. Y'all need to be eating fucking food, like food sustenance.
Yeah. You gotta have at least have a meal that you can enjoy.
So if let's just say, I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna work. You here for our opinion, not the facts. I don't know if exactly how it's gonna work, but let's just say it's like a half and half situation where they say, all right, we're gonna provide y'all with the beans and the this and the that and and we're gonna cut your money in half, and then say, all right, you can do this with the rest of the money.
I don't think Trump. See, the thing is, I don't think these Republicans is about that. You know what I'm saying? I think these Republicans feel like they got it figured out, and they feel like the black people or the minorities out here are the users and abusers of these programs.
But they fail to realize,
it's that single white female that's going.
It's going to be
mid-America somewhere.
It's going to be majority of poor white people.
Yeah,
that's going to be disproportionately affected by this shit. So they just the casualties of war.
Exactly.
Because initially when you come up with it, you think to yourself like, yo, man, all these niggas is out here on public assistance and this and that.
Which I get why y'all feel that way, because that's usually the point that's really highlighted and glorified by certain people in the black community. I keep it real.
By people in the black community and people in the white community.
Right.
But that's not the facts, though.
That's not the facts.
The facts is it's more white people in the United States on public assistance,
more single white females
on food stamps than black people in the United States.
Facts.
Percentage wise, yes, there's a higher percentage of us on these social programs or whatever. But number wise, there's a higher amount of white people on these kind of programs.
Right. And I feel like these programs are designed like, listen, I feel like every they say that every human being, no matter what country, no matter what society you're in, no matter what government structure you have, everybody's about 3 meals away from fucking shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I go 3 meals unfed, nigga, you use the target.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they keep these programs going to keep people fed. If I'm hungry, look, I'll rob you. I don't give a fuck. If I feel like my child's going hungry, I'm going to rob you.
What our classic quotable boy Hova said, if I come back wearing the 4 or 5,
it ain't to play games at you.
It's to aim at you, probably maim you.
Exactly. It's, you know what I mean? But
like, yeah, I'm good right now, nigga. But if I come back,
you know, exactly. So, all right. So now I want to take this topic a little sillier route to say, and it might be help proving the point that maybe this food box could work.
Okay.
All right. What other government or force programs would you say a food box type situation would work out in? Let's say I'll throw one out there. Let's say child support. Let's say we said, listen,
send a fucking food box. All right, I can see that.
Let's say instead of you taking out $300 per paycheck, $600 per month to send to take care of this child here,
fucking care package,
nigga, you get to design your own care package and drop that bitch off. Now we gotta see what's in that care package.
Tyrone, you ain't paid your child support. Bitch, you got a care package on the 3rd, bitch.
And that care package gotta come through on the 1st.
Yeah.
But that care package gonna have, you know what I'm saying, mac and cheese, couple shirts from Walmart, some shoes.
Some roll down fucking shirts, nigga.
Yeah. Yo, this should hold them down for the month. Now I know exactly where my money went.
Some PJs in there, some drawers, some diapers. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Formula.
All the essentials are in there.
Yeah.
I don't hit the check box. I don't check off the things that need to be in this box.
I got you, boo.
Yo, imagine how mad. Oh my God. Oh shit!
These handout ass bitches be mad at the motherfucker.
Fucking mad, bro.
Yeah,
but think about that though, for real, bro.
Yeah.
What if that was real? That should be though, right?
It should be.
It should be. It should be left up to me to decide.
You ever seen that video that was going around Facebook where this shorty, she got a little head wrap on her head. She got an Andre 3000 head wrap, and she was just like, "Yo, listen." She's like, "I know a lot of y'all single females are gonna be mad at me, but you know what I'm saying? These baby fathers ain't out here. It's a lot of good baby daddies out here that's taking care of their child, and you not understanding they need to be taking care of their child. They're not here to take care of you. They're not here to take care of you." And she was like, I know y'all gonna be mad, but I feel like a lot of these baby fathers, and I got 2 kids myself, a lot of these baby fathers ain't supposed to be putting no money in your hand. If you need diapers for your child,
damn, you
need to be
you could have did this better if you played the clip yourself, bro. You killing this shit right now.
You need to be calling. You don't need to be calling your baby father for money to take care of their child. If you ain't got diapers, you need to call him and he needs you to provide you with diapers.
Right.
As a baby father that's out here in their child life, you spending time with your child. You don't need to be putting money in your baby mother hands. And she was just going in on that shit, and she just elaborated on that shit. And dude, she was just hitting all the right points, dude. It was just like, yo, she was real as fuck with that shit. Like, listen, a lot of these baby mothers out here, they out here, you know what I mean? So
they're taking that money as an extra backup.
Yeah, they're using the money.
Like,
They're not using the money.
I could buy this outfit because the child support payment is dropping next week.
We talked about Khalees the other week. $8,000 a month, really, bitch?
Yeah,
really.
That's what she getting, but she want more.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here. So yeah, man. I understand the living situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to provide a roof over their head.
So, and she tackled that shit too. The same chick that I was telling you about. She was just like, listen, you was gonna be paying that shit anyway because you need a spot to live in.
For yourself, right? That's true.
You need a spot to live in for yourself. So you're gonna be paying rent regardless.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be a reason to be hitting up the baby daddy like, yo, he need a spot to live in himself.
Exactly.
She was just like, yo, if you can't afford to take care of the kids and this dude is really in their life, give him the fucking kids. If you ain't got food to put in your refrigerator for 2 weeks or whatever it is, get like, yo, listen, Tyrone, I need you to take these kids for 2 weeks. All right. He got to do what he got to do. He got to take the kids for 2 weeks until you get yourself situated.
That's some real shit. So if the government passes food packages, we gonna advocate for child support care packages. We gonna advocate for that, bro.
Why not?
We gonna advocate.
I fucks with it.
I fuck with it too, bro.
Hey man, I mean, I ain't on child support, but hey man, you know, I see a lot of it, man. There's a lot of these women just out here, y'all just taking advantage of this shit, man. So, you know, fuck out of here. This is our fuck out of here moment of this podcast, man. Fuck out of here for all y'all that's out there, you know, scrounging off of, you know, taking advantage of government assistance and whatever. But at the same time, I seen something that said, like, why not take advantage of government assistance? If you think about it, there was a bailout for the auto industry a couple years ago.
There was a bailout recently for rich people. Rich people got more money off this little tax break than the poor Americans. Yeah. So they're getting fucking government assistance in a sense.
So if you out there on, I mean, I know we out here clowning y'all or whatever, but at the same time, if you on government assistance, take advantage of that shit.
It's when we say take advantage, we mean like, yo, make the best of it.
Definitely
abusing anything is just like, yo, come on, this is not the if you could do better, do better. If you're able to get a job, get a job.
This nigga killer, you know what I'm saying? Kill out here clarifying shit.
right. We gotta do that. You're not here for the facts, you're here for the opinions.
Definitely,
man. So yeah, do we feel bad for Melania Trump, man?
Fuck no. Melania know what the fuck she got into.
I think
she knows she married this nigga for money.
Yeah.
She know that he was a fucking billionaire.
Yeah.
And she came from whatever country she came from.
Yeah.
And she was an immigrant.
Yeah.
And she was gonna provide him. He was gonna provide her citizenship and this, that, and the third. She knew exactly what she signed up for.
I think she knew she a thotty. She is a hoe. she is a gold digger, and that's what she got into. But do we feel bad that it's being highlighted in the way it is, where now that he's president? Because I don't think she expected the man to be president.
If that's the case, I'm gonna go by what Fat Black Chick said on ESPN. Leave him. If that's what it is, fuck the whole being president or the president's wife or whatever you want to. First, leave him. If you're not happy in the relationship, you have your expectations for the relationship.
I don't got nothing else to say after that, bro. I don't got nothing else to say. I thought I had a bunch of opinions, but that killed it. That's you're not happy, and it's obvious that she's not happy. That's direct. She's slapping a nigga hand away. Yeah. You know he ain't getting no damn box from Melania. We don't respect you until you leave.
Leave him.
If you leave him, then we'll be with you.
Exactly.
Like somebody say, yo, just give me a blink if you want to be out.
Fuck out of here, Melania. Yeah, man. That's that shit I don't like.
That's that shit I don't like, man. I don't like petty people that don't like petty people.
Oh shit.
So if you are somebody that do petty shit, but then you see somebody else that do petty shit and you trying to call them out on it, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you because you do the same type of shit. Now that somebody else is doing it to you, or you see them doing it to you, it's a problem.
Gotcha.
Nah, if you got petty behavior, you got to identify your own and roll with them, or don't talk about them.
That's that shit I don't like.
That's that shit I don't like.
I don't like people that have imaginary haters, dude. Like a lot of
that
people,
shit is accurate as fuck.
A lot of people out here, like, yo, man, niggas be hating on me because dudes be hating on me because who is hate? Point him out. Snitch on him.
Exactly.
Who is hating on you, bro?
Call him by name. Damn, that's deep. They be on Twitter and shit, you know, or they doing the Will Smith thing. If there's people out there, they fanning your flame. You got nigga. Who ain't?
Who hating on you, bro?
Who ain't?
What are you doing to make people hate on you?
Yeah. Who is these peoples? Who is people? Stop generalizing.
Y'all motherfuckers out here with all these imaginary haters. Yeah. That's that shit I don't like.
Stop generalizing, man.
Yeah, man.
Call them by name.
Call them out, man.
Or fuck you. Pussy.
Imaginary haters, man.
Oh, I like that one, man. That's that shit I don't like. I'm a fucking download a fucking sound card on here or one of them fucking sound box and put my fucking drops on here. Cause you be slacking. You be slacking with the that's that shit I don't like. We need the that's that shit I don't like drop, man. But yo, Bootleg Cable Podcast. You ain't here for the facts.
You here for the opinions.
Man, fuck it. That's it. Peace.
We out, man.